If you do go on to enjoy today's video, do me a favour and hit that like button and of course subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. And if you want to avoid the random lottery that is FIFA points, you can go straight to the source with u7buy.com, and of course you can use the code TVM at the checkout to get yourself a discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today is essentially a draft to glory because we are going to go into the draft. We're going to get knocked out in the first round, as we do, and there we are. Now, apparently, I can't draft to save my life. I am notoriously bad at drafting, so I get told. To be fair, this is not going to go well for us because we don't have a two-striker formation. So, I fear for my ability to actually win the game here. So, I'm going to take the 4-3-3 holding. Not that I'm happy about it in the slightest. We get an icon in Socrates. Every time I've chosen Socrates, I believe I've gone on to lose the draft. Ronaldo is an option, but he requires a lot of links. I'm going to go with an icon. It just makes sense. Now we're going to go with the right wing. Give me someone. Oh, dear. I was going to say, give me someone who gives me a good link there. But we'll take Rosina because he's got a hunter. It's literally my only logic. Let's go with the right back. Why not? I am tempted to take Adama Traore, to be honest. It sounds stupid, but I want to be a little bit different. I'm going to try and build something stupid. You know, just something that just doesn't look very good, but turns out to be, well, trash, really. But maybe we take... He does have a shadow on him, which means he does have pace. Do we take Luis Suarez here? Hope to get Dembele at right wing? Or Messi? I mean, if I take Insigne, I'm limited, right? I am. I'm going to take Luis Suarez. Ooh, dear. Let's hope we can get someone decent at left side here. I mean, I've got Neymar. I've got Ronaldo. Ronaldo just needs one link, to be fair. And we've got full chem. If I could get Messi at right side, move Socrates over. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Ronaldo. So let's hope we can get a La Liga player here. Oh, there we go. We got De Jong. I mean, that's banging. Now all we need to do is put them over there like that. Doesn't really work. I mean, what I would do is obviously put them... Yeah, I know what... Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. We just need a Juventus sort of central player. Unfortunately, we've not been given one. He has a scream card, but obviously I don't really want to be waiting around and hope that he gets there. I might just have to use William Carvalho and just tell him to stay back. Maybe just play Ronaldo on 7 chem. I don't even think it really matters too much, to be fair. I'm just going to take William Carvalho. Do you know what? I don't care. You can all laugh at me if you want. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm going to take Vallejo there because he gets that link to Adama. Not the best of players in the world, but hey, it is what it is. We just need Mark Bartra here, and we're fine. No, we're going to get Garay. No. Laporte, kind of, I suppose. I have to go with Laporte. He's got a hunter on him, if that helps. Let's go with the left back. This is a dreadful team so far. I'm alright with it, though. Jordi Alba, not really helping. Could take Robertson, that gives us that link to Laporte. And then hopefully we can get Edison at goalkeeper or Lloris, and we'll be fine. I think I might do that. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Let's get Lloris or Edison, please. There you go. We got Lloris. At this point, I feel like I have to interject and just say that the draft wasn't the best. Apparently, I can't draft. No, I don't know why. It just didn't seem to go the way I wanted it to. To be fair, the team, I think, ended up on 100 chem, and it wasn't that bad. I'll be honest. The thing I hated about this the most was the formation. That's the team we finished up with, which, to be fair, like I said, isn't too bad. The only real problem there for me is that Griezmann is off chem, although I could cope with it. Modric isn't really a CDM, although I was using Frankie de Jong as the CDM, and we did have a non-rare centre-back, which wasn't ideal. However, 4-3-3, as it turns out, is not a good formation for me, as I need 2 strikers. So I did 2 drafts. This was the first one. I'm not ashamed to admit that I got knocked out in the first round here. I was up against an okay opponent. He wasn't anything special, but he wasn't a bad player. I just couldn't create anything. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. It was an absolute nightmare. I just need the 2 striker formations, and you'll see in the next one, it's not my ideal formation, but we do get a lot further than what we did in this one. It was just, I was playing and I was thinking, I didn't feel like I was going to concede any more goals because the guy wasn't, I don't know, I was defending relatively well. I just couldn't get the ball forward. I couldn't get a shot on target. It was an absolute nightmare. And in the end, like I said, we did get knocked out in the first round. You'll see the team that we build for the next draft, and I've got a lot of packs to open at the end as well, although they are all pre-recorded. We're going to go through some of the comments. I wouldn't worry about forcing content for the next few days. If you miss 1 or 2, I don't think anyone would be too upset. Well, it's funny you should say that, because there will not be a Road to Glory tomorrow, because unfortunately I just don't have anything I can do, and like I said, I don't really want to force it because it would be pointless. That's the draft I built second time round. It's a 5 at the back formation, but it's 2 strikers, and it was the only 2 striker option that I had. Well, that's a lie. I had 2 options, both of which were 5 at the back. So it was a 5-2-1-2 or a 5-3-2. So I went with the 5-3-2, and I felt much better with it, because instantly, within the first, 3 minutes of the game, not that you can see because my opponent pressed pause at the beginning, and then when we came back, the scoreboards and everything just didn't show up until the ball went out of play. But we're in with Insigne, and it's a goal already. And we're just creating things because I've got players to play between. I have a certain play style, and unfortunately, it just requires 2 strikers, and that's all it comes down to. I had a lot of fun with this team, actually. A lot more fun with this one than I did the other one. But I think going forward, if I do more drafts, so long as I can just choose a 2-striker formation, regardless of whether it's 5 at the back, 3 at the back, or whatever, I think I'll be much happier with it. I would like to do a lot more draft. It's just, it's the pressure of getting knocked out in the first round. And I hate it when people say, "Oh, you can't draft," and what's the point doing it if you don't win it? But I do enjoy playing. I enjoy the instant sort of reward system that the draft offers. Like you play one game again knocked out, but then you could open a 5k pack and get a hunter. Do you know what I mean? So, and incidentally, we do end up doing that in one of the packs that I open. One of the 5k packs, I do actually get a hunter, and I'll show you that in just a second, or after we get through some of these games. But yeah, so even though you get knocked out the first round, because certain cards are worth so much money, you don't always lose money from going into a draft and getting knocked out first round, and you get to use some players you wouldn't normally use. Like Messi is probably a player that we're not really going to ever get on this account. We can do, I could afford to buy him, but it's not a player that, I mean, he does sort of interest me, and he does kind of work in the team now as well, but not a player that I'll end up getting. Samzo says, I'd say if you find squad battles more laid back and less stressful, just continue with it. This is your series, and I still find it very entertaining, and I've watched every episode so far and will continue to do so. Have a great Christmas, and you, mate, and everybody else watching. And if you don't celebrate it, but you celebrate something else, then have a great one of those as well. And if you don't celebrate anything, just have a good Wednesday. Just enjoy yourself. I think I will continue with squad battles. The thing is, right, there is a bit of a FOMO thing about me, and basically fear of missing out, right? I'd like weekend league rewards, I really do. However, the thing about weekend league rewards is you slog it out for the weekend, and you play more games than you normally would or you'd normally like to in a 2 or 3 day period. And then on Thursday, unless you are rewarded with something that you think is worth your time, you get really annoyed. And it's the same with me. If I open my red picks and I've not got an 84 plus or anything remotely usable, and I open my packs and I don't get anything usable, I just sit there and I think, I spent so long on the weekend playing a game that normally I wouldn't have spent that long playing. Like, I only played to 14 wins, so it's not like I'm going 30-0 or anything. And I know people put more effort in than I do. But what I'm saying is, I'm sat there playing to 14 wins, which can take me, upwards of 20 games to get. And I don't need to play them. I can just do some squad battles, and I don't need to play anywhere near as many, or I can just play some rivals, get some division rival rewards, or I could just not play anything over the weekend, and I can spread it out over the week, do some objectives or whatever. And I find that far more enjoyable, and at the moment, it's been just as rewarding to do squad battles as it has been to do weekend league. The beauty of this game, the last year and this year in particular, League SBCs, the fact that they are so easy to grind, it's not difficult to do, it is relatively enjoyable because I don't have to sit there and slog out bad gameplay, which, by the way, I feel like my opponent suffered big time here. He went 2-0 up, and I did what I hate. I mean, you know, I'm not going to not do it because it's just part of the game and it happens to me all the time. But he went 2-0 up, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he went 2-0 up, he couldn't get anywhere near the ball. I absolutely battered him. He somehow got a third goal, but for the most part, it was just me all over him. And I don't think it was really down to the fact that I was a better player, because I don't think I was playing particularly well. I felt like the game completely screwed him over. Everything he tried didn't work. Everything he tried up until 2-0 was working fine. And then, I mean, okay, I did do a few things here or there that I really liked, and I thought, wow, that was nice. I scored that goal, he pressed pause, and he left. And I don't blame him at all, not in the slightest, because the game basically shafted him. And up until 2-0, he was the better player. And as soon as he scored that second goal, that was basically the final nail in his coffin. He kind of just sealed his own fate there, which shouldn't be the case. It really shouldn't. My next opponent, I went through hell to get back into that game, though, because despite the fact that the game screwed him, it was still difficult for me to get back into it. This guy was incredible. He was one of the best players I've played in a long time. He made a mistake there. We got through with Insigne and we scored. Insigne's scream card, by the way, is incredible. But I did end up leaving this game. I didn't play the full... I don't even think I made it to half-time. He scored twice in a matter of minutes, but he was so good on the ball and he was moving it around. Like, you could tell it was effortless for him. This is the way that he plays. And people like this really are a level above. Moving it around like really, really fluidly, really well, passing it around nicely, and then that's just ridiculous. And at that point, I thought, you know what? I'm all right with getting knocked out in the semis. I don't mind. You know, a 15k pack, a gold players pack, I'll take it. I'm all right with it. 14 packs to open. I'm just going to let them open in the background. So, yeah, when it comes to... I'll speed it up a little bit, though, otherwise we'll be here till Christmas. Because only tomorrow. So, anyway, when it comes to squad battles, yeah, I think I am going to continue it. I don't know what I'm going to do with a weekend league just yet. I mean, I would like to take my team into a weekend league just to see how I perform, but to be honest, I think I'll be exactly the same way. It's always a weird one, but I think when everyone's progressing at the same time, and I think unless you get that... There's the hunter. Unless you get that massive jump ahead of everybody else in terms of player quality. So, for instance, if I were to open these packs now, and I packed 2 or 3 icons that were worth 2 or 3 million coins each, and then I spent that money on, you know, the players that I wanted specifically icon-wise, and I put them into the team, that would put me leaps and bounds ahead of most other people, right? So I would then, in my opinion, be a little bit better because my team would be that much better. But because my team is probably on the same level as nearly everybody else I'm playing, I think I'm probably gonna end up finishing where I normally finish as comfortably as I normally do. So I don't know. Maybe I will try a weekend league every now and again, but for the most part, I'm enjoying squad battles. I play enough rivals to get to rank 2. I'm doing the objectives that they bring out. I think it was a good idea over Christmas, in particular, to drop weekend league. A, so I could prepare videos, and B, so that I could do all the objectives that they dropped. Because I know full well, had I gone into weekend league the last 2 weeks, I wouldn't have done Roussillon, I wouldn't have done Mendes, I wouldn't have done Gabamin. I would have fallen short and they would have expired. So I'm glad I took a little break from it, I won't lie. Just do 4-5-1. Mendy and Hazard will be on 10 chem all year in the left, irrespective of your other players. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep Modric because Modric is a player that I really like, so that's obviously going to go into it as well. If I play a 4-5-1, then Modric would not be on full chem. I'd need other links around him. So I'm happy to play 4-3-3. If a player replaces Modric in the future, then yes, 4-5-1 is a good formation to have. Because obviously there's only one link then going to the left side. But I'll take it on board. He'd buy a CM version. Right, so this is Rory Lennon. He said, you know what I would do? I would buy a CM version of Mbappe and put him where Firmino is. He's... never been as cheap as I got the 91 card for 2.2 and I couldn't sell him. He's just that good. Try him before you throw in the towel this FIFA, I reckon. Yeah, I mean, I've used Mbappe a lot in drafts this year, and I do like him a lot. But I'd love to be able to use him and get him on Chem. Unfortunately, I don't really see how I could get him on Chem unless EA decide to release some sort of special Angel Di Maria on the right side. They're not going to do that because obviously they've released that Moments left-sided card. But yeah, if I could get something to go, like maybe a central, maybe just a central Neymar, you know. No, but a central Neymar would work perfectly actually, because I could put Mbappe in the cam spot, put Neymar up front, and then have someone like an icon on the right or something. That would be pretty cool. Although I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of Neymar this year, but Mbappe is definitely a player that I wouldn't mind picking up at some point during this road to glory. Now, like I said yesterday, obviously my team is at the point where there's only a few more tweaks here or there, and then we're sort of end game. And I stand by that, despite the fact that I know you can improve even more. Like, I know Mendy's a great card, but I'm sure there's a better left-back out there. I know my defence is good, but I'm sure there are better defenders. I know that, but I'm happy and content with the level of my team. I know there's improvements to be made, but as soon as I can improve on Firmino and maybe Dembele or Griezmann, then I think we're probably there. But yeah, there are a few players out there I wouldn't mind trying. You know, there's a couple of icons I wouldn't mind getting a hold of and trying out. Mbappe for sure would love to try and get into the team. Not ruling out Messi. I said earlier that it's unlikely that we're going to get him. I'm not ruling it out. You know, there are definitely things we can do. So another comment about squad battles. Squad battles is fine. Do what you enjoy, and the packs have paid out, like you said. Exactly. I mean, I know that there's going to come a week where we do squad battle rewards and the packs just don't pay out, and it's because there's not enough packs there really compared to things like Weekend League. You get more rewards, and deservedly so, because I think it's more of a slog. It's not more games, it's just more of a slog. Squad battles can be played casually throughout the week, and I do that. You know, I play a few games here or there, and it's almost like I'm not even doing anything and I'm getting rewarded for it. So I will continue, and I will, I think, just make up for the packs that we don't get from Weekend League with League SBCs, and then of course I'll play Rivals to show you the gameplay. So it's like we will be getting gameplay, and I'm going to do more drafts as well. I'm just going to choose 2 striker formations and see if I can improve on the draft. I know I said I was going to do that beforehand, but I think I will do that, and I might even dip into a little bit of trading as well, some investment trading. I'm not going to try and, you know, flip players, like try and snipe one and then move him on for a little bit more. I'm going to buy like 83s, 84s, and then wait a couple of days, weeks or whatever, and then sell them in the hype. There's always something like that going on. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of today's episode. So on, what day is it? Thursday, we'll be back with rewards. I might have some gameplay as well, but tomorrow there will not be a Road to Glory because there's literally nothing I can do for it. I don't really have time to film anything, and I don't want to force something for the sake of it because you deserve better than that. So I'm not going to put anything out at all. We're going to have tomorrow off from the Road to Glory. There will be other videos, but anyway, if you celebrate anything, then obviously have fun and celebrate that, and I'll see you all on Thursday. If you have enjoyed today's episode, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.